Hey, Shalom Akim, Wa'akwath of the elect of the nation of Israel. Welcome back to another summer exhortation number 5 entitled Keep Eating of the Bread. Okay, I'll read that one more time. Keep eating of the bread. And that bread is the bread of life. Okay, the bread of Yahweh, which is Yahweh Shai. This is the book of John 6:51. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. So before we start this exhortation lesson number 5, we give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha'akwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well with sound doctrine. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners who are scattered amongst the heathen in these last days. In these last days, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Now, the word bread in the Hebrew is laham, okay, laham, and that's from 1 Kings 18:4. For it was so when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord Yahweh that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water, okay, and fed them with bread and water. Now, when you click into the Strong's H3899, it says what? Laham, okay, laham, and it says bread, food, okay, food in general, which that's a literal food, because brothers and sisters, you're able to consume food daily, okay, but that spiritual food that you are consuming is forever. Okay, John 6:51, Yahweh Shai said that he is the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eats of this bread, okay, it's not a literal bread, but it's that spiritual bread. Going back to the account of Elisha and the 100 prophets that he hid, I'll start at verse 1, 1 Kings 18:1. And it came to pass after many days that the word of Yahweh came to Elisha in the 3rd year, saying, Go show thyself unto Ahab, and I will send rain upon the earth. And Elisha went to show himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. Right now we're in the modern day, Samaria. We are in modern day Samaria, modern day Babylon the Great, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, we are in a modern day the land of Judah. Okay, Judah Yahweh. Okay, we're in the modern day land of Ephraim. Why? Because the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, okay, the majority of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are here in Babylon the Great. Okay, modern day Samaria. And that famine is currently happening. Okay, it's a famine of physical bread and water, but that's going to turn into a spiritual bread as well. Why is that? Real quick, this is Sirach 34:21. The bread of the needy is their life. You see, and that bread is a spiritual bread, which is this truth. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And that's what Esau Edom is trying to do in these last days. Okay, he's trying to stop the word, okay, stop the bread from being distribute to the elect. Okay, Sirach 34:21 in the Revised Standard Version. The bread of the needy is the life of the poor. Yeah, and who's the poor? It's us brothers and sisters. Okay, because you might be a brother or a sister that you might have a good paying job. You might win or earn $70,000 plus a year. You might have a a house, nice cars, nice things. But as a whole, okay, as a collective of the hopeful elect, we are poor, okay, because we don't have no generational wealth that's gonna help us, sustain ourselves here in America. But this is the actual spiritual aspect of being poor. Okay, we're humble. Okay, in the spirit. Okay, we are in a very lower state. So the bread of the needy is the life of the poor. Whoever deprives them, and that's Esau. Esau, he's trying to deprive brothers and sisters, okay, from getting that bread. Whoever deprives them of it is a man of blood. You see, and that man of blood, it's Esau Edom. Okay, let's get that in the book of Psalms. Psalms 59:2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men. Yeah, and these bloody men, that's the left side of Yahweh Shemel Shai, who are going to cause that famine. Okay, that famine in modern day Samaria, that spiritual famine and that physical famine. Verse 3. And Ahab called Obadiah, which Obadiah in the Hebrew is Ibadiah, which means a servant of Yahweh. And Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah, right, a servant of Yahweh, feared the Lord greatly. So he was a man of the Lord. For it was so when Jezebel, and Jezebel, she was a very wicked spirit, okay, and that same spirit is actually back here, okay, going to and fro in a form of Esau Edom first and foremost, but also in a form of a woman, okay, a wicked woman who are trying to put brothers in various child support systems, okay, accuse brothers, okay, just examples of modern day Jezebels. For it was so when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord, that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water. Okay, and that modern day bread and water is a spiritual water, which is this truth. Let's get the book of Sirach 15:3. Sirach 15:3. It says, with the bread of understanding shall she feed him. Okay, so this bread, which is the bread of life, which is Yahweh Shai, is the understanding. Okay, the understanding of what? Of the truth, okay, of who you are, okay, the basics of the scriptures, your nationality, prophecy. Shall she feed him, right, wisdom, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. So that bread and water that Obadiah, okay, gave to the 100 prophets who were hid in the cave, okay, was that bread and water of life to sustain them, okay, to keep them strong. That's why in today's summer exhortation number 5, it says what? Keep eating of the bread. Yeah, keep eating of Yahweh Shai. Meaning what? Keep reading, man. Keep reading. Okay. Keep praying. Revelation 1:3. Blessed is he that readeth. Yeah, and part of eating this bread is actually reading. Okay, you're able to absorb, okay, Yahweh Shai, okay, understanding who he is. And they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things, right, meaning to retain, okay, retain that bread, because of physical bread, after you eat it, after you consume it, okay, depending on your digestive system, you might you will get those nutrients, your carbohydrates, but after about one day, 2 days, okay, you have to go to the restroom, and it goes away, man. Okay, but this truth, okay, the bread of Yahweh Shai, the bread of Yahweh, which is Yahweh Shai, okay, endureth forever, man. You see, and keep those things, right? Retain that bread, keep it in your stomach, which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Yeah, the time of Yahweh Shai is at hand, man. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble is at hand. Okay, the time of Elder Apostle Rakah from Great Millstone. He mentioned how Jacob's trouble already started, but not at a high level. We're currently at a low level of Jacob's trouble, but it's gonna start gradually increasing. You see, for the time is at hand. So the time of all hell breaking loose, is already happening, but not at a high level. But again, blessed is he, so blessed is the man that reads, that eats of Yahweh Shai. Eat this bread. Let me see. Let me get a scripture. The bread. This is John 6:48. I am that bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. Yeah, and that happened during the time of, I believe that was Exodus. Our forefathers, were in the desert for around 40 years, man. And a lot of them were being rebellious. A lot of them didn't have Yahweh Shai with them. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. You see that? So, as brothers, we must keep eating, that bread, meaning read, keep reading and studying Yahweh Shai, man, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. It says, I am the living bread, right? So Yahweh Shai is that bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, right? If any of you brothers and sisters consume of the bread of Yahweh Shai, you will live forever. And the bread, right, which is this truth, the understanding of the truth that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Yeah, and that world is the world of Israel, man. And only the elect here in captivity, first and foremost, which is in America, modern day Samaria, they're going to be examples, of Yahweh Shai here on earth. Why? Because they were able to eat of that bread. And with that, I pray this summer exhortation number 5 was edifying for you all, brothers and sisters. And keep eating of the bread of Yahweh Shai, of Yahweh, which is Yahweh Shai, man. With that, I want to say shalom.